Hey guys, so it's been months since I've done a collective what's new at Colourpop video. So the reason being, since I moved a few months ago, Colourpop has not gotten back to me about my address change. Luckily, I'm in the same apartment building, so the new tenant, she's so sweet. She gives me the packages of the brands that don't change my address when I ask, and Colourpop is one of those brands. But I definitely know I've missed some packages, lost some packages, because I did update my USPS that my address has changed, and sometimes those packages just end up getting lost. But these are the last 4 Colourpop packages that I've gotten, and all of them are interesting to me, so that is why I'm filming today's video. So I don't have everything that Colourpop has launched. Like I said, who knows where it's at? Got lost in the mail, but the ones that I do have are super interesting. So I have 4 launches. The first one is the Bronze and Light Stix. Then I have the Cream Blush launch. I also have the Wish You Were Here launch, which I believe came either to Target or Ulta. I'll confirm that in a second. And then I have the Naruto launch. And there's been ones that have launched since then, but I don't have them, so this is what we have. So if you're interested in any of these launches, keep watching. Now, you know Colourpop collections are also very large, so I'm going to tell you what I'm narrowing down, what to me is worth keeping, what I'm giving away, and all of that. So the first launch I want to get into are the Bronze and Light Stix. I have my information here. So for the first time, Colourpop launched a contour stick, which I was so excited about these. They also launched 3 new shades of the Light Stix, which is their stick highlighter. And then along in the package, they sent their 3 best-selling blush stick shades. So I will share those with you. But first, let's get into the important one, the Bronze Stick, since this is completely new to Colourpop. So they launched 6 shades. I'm going to go ahead and keep the lightest 3, and then I'm going to be giving away the darkest 3. So you aren't going to see these swatches, but I'll show you on the screen what the swatches are going to look like. So the lightest one is Laguna Beach, which I showed you swatching it down my nose. It's a bit light for me. It blended right in with my foundation. And then the shade La Jolla Cave, whatever. The second lightest shade I used under my cheekbones here. I really like this shade. This is the perfect everyday shade for me. It has a little bit of a neutral touch to it. And then the deepest shade, which I use mostly along my forehead, this one has some warmth on me, Moonstone. So here are my thoughts on these. I think these are really great. They are only $10 each. And I know some of us are very sick of Colourpop, but I gotta give them credit where credit is due. I think for their price point, they launch very good products. They launch trendy products at an accessible price point because they can do it so fast. So even though we complain, oh, another Colourpop launch, they do make affordable makeup more accessible, and the formulas can be really, really good. And I do like these. Now, they aren't the easiest to blend out if you draw it on directly. The way that I would suggest is to use a brush it along the top, because that way you're going to get the most even spread. You're not going to move anything underneath. Now, the best quality bronzer sticks, you should be able to draw it on and blend it out, but at $10 a pop, I can't complain. I think that these are a good formula and they do have good colors. So I do recommend these and I am enjoying these, but they aren't the most emollient, but I'm still very happy with these. Now, these are not a new formula, but they did send me 3 colors that are their best sellers. So ignore my pinky nail that fell off. I'm doing my nails tonight and this fell off this morning, and I'm not gluing it back on for this video. But these are also $10 each. I'm not going to swatch these because I'm going to be honest, this formula, not my favorite. I find they're a bit stiff and they do move the foundation underneath. I've never liked these, so there's no point in me keeping these. But we have, in case you wanted to take a look at the colors, they have a lot of colors, but this one is 25.8. And then next is Mini Me. And then next to that is Invite Only. Now this one looks like a pretty warm shade. And if you go onto the website, they have a whole lot of different colors. However, at this price point, I really think that drugstore brands have really great quality cream blushes. So these are not the ones that I would direct you towards. And then the last launch that they have in this collection are the light sticks. They launched 3 new shades because it does say here all new light stick shades, and this is a cream highlight, which is not my favorite format of highlights. I only used one today. I'm only opening one today. There's no point of me of having all these excess products. So I have the shade Glazy is the color that I chose, and this is described as a sparkling champagne, also is $10, and this looks really pretty by swatch. So I applied it using my finger. I think it has a little bit of a drier look on my skin. I'm not super in love with it. I do want to try it with a few more bases, but in general, I'm not a fan of cream highlights, and this one doesn't defy those thoughts of mine. It looks dry on my face. It even looks a little dry and chalky on my hand. So not my favorite. I don't know. I don't like any cream highlights with the exception of just a few formulas. And all of those you have to pay a good amount of money for. So I don't think Colourpop did a great job with this. Not my personal preference. So of this launch, I definitely recommend looking into the bronze sticks if you're looking for something affordable. But the other 2 formulas, not my jam. Alright, the next launch that I have, this is the one that I was really excited for. These are the Instant Crush cream blushes. So I know we have the blush sticks, but this is the first time that Colourpop has launched a blush in a compact form. There are 8 shades in the launch, and I have all 8 shades, and I'm going to show you them today because I am keeping all of these, and I've been playing with 3 different shades. So you'll see in today's demo, I used a BK Beauty 109 brush, and I used the shade Angel Energy on my cheek. It's a soft baby pink. This is going to be the best shade for my very fair girls. And then on the outer part, I wanted something a little bit brighter, so I used the shade Whole Mood. So prior to filming this video, these are the 3 shades I've used. Angel Energy, Whole Mood, and then Poppy, which is a little bit warmer. We'll swatch more together. Overall, these are a good formula, but they aren't the best that I've used. These are $12 each, so they aren't super cheap, if I'm being honest. I like these. I don't love these. I find that these just don't have enough pigment. They have a drier feel, which I don't mind because I do feel like that helps with longevity, but you really have to press hard in the pan to get the pigment to show up, and I don't love that, but if you like a soft cheek color, you might enjoy that. This is the shade Bali Baby. I just want you to see how sheer these are. So again, I'm going back on that. The drugstore just has some really good cream blush options, so these are not a must-have, but I do like them and I do like the colors. Next shade that we have is Cherry Blossom, but I'm really getting in there. Cherry Blossom. So it depends what kind of formula you're looking for. I do like a sheer blush, but I do feel like this could just have a little bit more. Let's see these darker shades. I haven't used these yet because these first few shades were just super sheer, and this one is sheer, but it's going to show up better because it's darker by nature. TTYL, which these are supposed to be geared towards darker skin tones, but I still think they could use a little bit more pigment. And then the last shade that we have is Coyote. So these are the kind of thing where I wouldn't recommend you spending full price on, but if you do want to try these, definitely wait for a sale. They're probably worth the sale price, but not worth the full price. You'll see a lot of them also kind of look close to one another in shade. So overall, I would say it's a cute launch. These are perfectly functional cream blushes, but they don't knock my socks off, and they're not a must run out now. But the packaging is super cute, and I like these better than the blush sticks. If you saw my lashes falling off earlier, no you didn't. They were perfectly attached to my lash line. Okay, so this one is the biggest collection, and honestly, I think that this collection is gorgeous. There's a lot that I'm not going to be able to swatch because I don't want to swatch something and then just end up having to give it away. But this is the Wish You Were Here collection, and this collection did come to Target, but you can also buy it at Colourpop. But if you want to see it in person, head over to Target. I'm always looking for an excuse to go to Target. So you can buy the full set for $180. But honestly, you're getting a lot of makeup for $180. So let's start off with the item that I don't like and I will not be keeping. There is a shimmering dry oil mini, which It's not that I dislike this product, it's just that I don't use it, which is a shame because I do live in Sunny City, but I just don't like the feeling of oil, and I feel like when it has shimmers like this, it's just gonna get on my clothes, and I don't like that. So I never end up keeping these, but this is in the collection for $10. It's a mini size. And then there are also 3 eyeshadow palettes. I'm not wearing any of them, so I don't want to swatch them, but I have a feeling of 2 that I want to keep in my collection to potentially use in the near future. So the box comes like this, and then you can see this, and I love the packaging that you can see the colors in. And you can buy all 3 of the eyeshadow palettes in a set for $36, or each individually are $14. So this is the Daydreaming palette. I think that this is so pretty. It has some nice cool tone neutral shades and some pretty shimmers. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. It's thundering, but it's sunny outside. That's suspicious. Actually, I think I'm gonna swatch this one, but let me show you the others too. And then this one I also think I'm going to keep. It's All the Feels, or The Feels is the name. It's the green tones for me, but then it also has some really pretty neutrals. I actually am going somewhere where I think I might want to use this palette. So this is the one I'm also keeping. And then the last palette in this collection, which I will be giving away just because I don't want another warm tone palette. This one is Weekend Mood. Very pretty, but I'm going to give this one away, but it has some pretty coral colors. Colourpop has a lot of palettes that look like this. Not that they don't have a lot of other palettes that look like the other 2, but let me swatch those for you because I really like those 2. Okay, so here is the Daydreaming palette, that purple one. How pretty. And honestly, these swatch pretty nice, so I'm excited. The mattes seem a little sheer, but sometimes the Colourpop shimmers suck. These feel good. And then from here down is the Feels, that green palette. I mean, the swatches of these look beautiful, so I'm excited to get these on the eyes. Okay, so let's talk the next part of the collection. So we have powder blush and powder highlights. They're $12 each, which is a lot, but there were 4 different blushes in the collection. I'm keeping 3 and I'm getting rid of 1. So the one that I'm getting rid of is this deeper one in Cosmopolitan, but this is the pretty packaging that all of the blushes are going to come in. Then let me show you the 3 that are entering my collection. Now, the reason that I want to keep these is because the formula was so soft. And in the demo of when I applied my makeup today, I used the shade Wish Me Luck. And this one has a little bit of a gold sheen to it that doesn't even look shimmering in the pan, but it shows up on the cheek and it's really pretty. So this is what I used to top off my cream blush today. So here's the shade Wish Me Luck. Then we have Morning Vibes, which is the middle shade. So Wish Me Luck's on top. Morning Vibes, you can see that sheen on the hand. And then the last shade that I'm excited about is Dancing Queen, which is the last one. So these are the 3 that I'm picking up. And the reason that I'm keeping these is because I find the sheen to be unique, even for Colourpop. And then we have the powder highlights. Now there are 4 in the collection. I'm only keeping 1 just because these don't move me. I don't feel the need to keep these. But this is Moon Dust, which is the darkest one, which might look good on a deeper complexion. And then Fair, there's Vanilla Bean. And then if you need a pinky one, this Spotlight one would be nice. These are okay formula. I just have a lot of other powder highlight formulas that are must-haves. So these would kind of waste space. But in the demo today, I did use Gold Mine because I did want to test this just for the sake of the video. And this is what it looks like. For me, this is a little bit of an underwhelming formula. It just doesn't give me as much glow as I want. It doesn't look as smooth or seamless into the skin. So this one for me, not a must-have, but this is the one that's entering my collection. And then the last part of this collection, we have our lips. So there's 2 lip masks in the collection, which I can't seem to find on the website, but they're strawberry flavored. So there is a lip scrub and then an overnight lip mask, kind of like the Laneige dupe. I'm not going to open these because I'm going to give these away. I have such a large collection of the lip scrubs and the lip masks from Colourpop. These are very good, very affordable. So if you're in need, you're looking for a Laneige dupe, I do recommend these. But the strawberry sounds really nice and they normally have a pretty good scent, nothing too overwhelming, but it's scenty enough to be enjoyable if you like fragrance. And then the last thing in the collection, there are 4 ultra blotted lips. They just sent me a collection of the blotted lips, so I'm only keeping the one that I tried on. You can get the full set of this collection for $32, or you can get them for $9 each. And I really like this. It's almost like a liquid lipstick, but very sheer, so it's not too drying. So take a quick look if you want to look at the shades that I am not keeping. They are pretty, I just don't need them. So this is Made You Look, Double Down, and Running Late is the deeper one, in case you needed this for context to take a look at. And then the one that I am keeping that I did use is Jet Setter. This is the lightest one. You'll see in my demo what it looks like, how sheer it is. It doesn't feel heavy on the lips. It doesn't feel overly drying. I do really like this formula. I'd recommend this formula over their regular Ultra Matte Lip, which they did just reformulate, and it is an improvement. But I definitely would say use a lip liner and the blotted lips and you'll really like it. I used to not like a lot of the Colourpop lip formulas, but this one is really nice. So, love this formula. Wish I could keep all of them. Just look at me being conservative. Okay, the last collection that I have is the Naruto collection. More niche, but I don't watch Naruto, but I was excited about this collection because it has such a huge fan base. It's the most popular anime. My husband loves Naruto, you know, it's his favorite show. So I was excited to show him this collection. I was like, it's our favorite things combined, makeup and Naruto. And he approved the packaging. I was reading the comments and a lot of people were like, oh, they could have done so much more with this. I don't know, I don't watch the show, but I thought the collection was really cute. So I am using the Naruto palette on my eyes today, and let me show you what it looks like. Which, by the way, you can buy the whole collection for $89. You can buy the palette individually for $24 and it is still available. So this is what the outer carton looks like. It is so cute. I wish I knew the references. And then here's what the palette itself looks like. So here's the artwork, and then all of the names of the colors have to do with the show apparently. And then here is the swatches. Now I noticed, especially from using today, that the mattes were pretty sheer on this, but the shimmers were surprisingly good, which brings me back to the point where I feel like Colourpop mattes are usually good and the shimmers suck. It's the opposite today with this palette. I don't see this as being a color story I'm going to use a lot, because normally when there's opposing colors here, like blue and then red, these aren't colors I'm going to reach for a lot, but I still wanted to mess around with it. So to get today's look, I started off with Hidden Stone Village right here as my transition shade, and just blended that all over the crease and a little bit onto the lower lash line. And then I went down below to this shade right here, Jonin maybe, and I blended that in the outer half of my crease and in the outer half of my lower lash line. This shade is so unique. I liked it a lot. And then Hidden Mist Village is one that I feel like lacked pigment, so I had to really press into the pan and dig in a lot, but I blended that in the outer corner, and then I also used in the lower corner of my lower lash line. And then on the lid, and this is where I felt like these were quite high quality, I used Hero, which is this bright gold shade in the center of my eyelid, and then Hidden Leaf Village is the brightening shade on the inner half of my eyelid. So I really like the shimmers. I had a good experience with this. And when it comes to Colourpop, not amazing top of the market quality, however for the price point and the cute packaging, I did like it. Also in the collection, there are 3 Super Shock shadows, which you can buy the whole set of all 3 of them for $25, or you can buy them for $9 individually. I want to show you the packaging. How cute. Now the only reason I'm not holding on to these is because I have quite the large collection of Super Shocks. I just don't need these, but they're cool because they kind of have like a watercolor effect. I'm not going to open these. Can you see that on the inside? So this one is the blue one, and also these colors, they're not that pretty to me. They're not colors that I would use a lot, so it doesn't make sense for me to keep these. But then there's also a red one and a gold one, and they have that marbled effect on the inside. So these are cute, but genuinely just not colors that I would use. But if you know me, you know I love this formula. There also, for $12, is this glitter gel. I have nowhere to use this, so I'm going to not hold on to this. but you know, it could be cool for like a concert, if you go clubbing, raves, anything like that. And then my favorite cream gel liners, because they're affordable. You can buy this set for $24 or each for $9 each. I only used one shade, the shade Revenge, today. And you can see this is the packaging. I thought it would be a dark blue, but look, it's actually quite light. Here's the swatch of it, but you'll see in my demo, I just applied it to my lower lash line. It's a little bit sheerer because of the glow from the glimmers. Honestly, wish I hadn't used this because I don't care to keep this. I have a lot of other colors of this formula that I prefer from Colourpop. And these, again, orange, blue, red, not my favorite or most used shades. So I'm going to give away the other two, and I'm only holding on to the blue since I used it for today's look, but I'm not jumping for joy on these colors. And then the last item, which is the last item of today's video, there is a lip oil in this collection, which I'm not seeing it individually sold right now, but this is the lip oil in the shade Chakra, and the packaging is so cute, and I like the Colourpop lip oils. I think, especially when they first came out, they came out when lip oils were starting to just get popular. So this is like a light orange with gold. Now there is a lot more lip oils on the market. So if you ask me, this is no longer one of the best on the market, but it still is nice. It gives a good hydration. It's just it's a little bit too watery, so it doesn't last the longest. So I don't necessarily recommend these as much anymore as I used to because the market is just getting better and better with what they release, but they do also have this in the collection. And that is all I have. All that is what is new at Colourpop. Let me know if any of these collections caught your attention. Is there anything that you are picking up? Are you sick of Colourpop? Are you still enjoying Colourpop? I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you like these videos. Bye.